Welcome back to continued coverage of the Longmont Hackathon. And now, here is Vince Jordan.
And this is Vince Jordan on the floor of the Longmont Hackathon. And I am hanging out with some of the sponsors and architects of this particular event. So over here on the right, I have Councilmember Katie Witt. Hi, Katie.
Hello.
And Assistant City Manager Sandy Seader.
Hello.
CIO Jim Wall.
Hi.
And GIS expert Lisa Shertz. Hi, Lisa. So, Lisa, you had a lot of work to do to make this all happen, right? I mean, a lot of the data sets that these folks are working on. Can you tell me a little bit about what you made available to the hackers that are here?
Sure. We got a lot of ideas submitted for projects that people wanted to have happen at this hackathon, and so I read them all and made sure I was pulling data that our folks here could use in building their applications. I also thought of a couple other things that I thought would be useful, like the city limits, fire hydrants, just a couple other things that I thought they would find helpful in building their applications.
So I noticed on the first night and going into yesterday, a lot of them were coming back and forth and talking to you. Mm-hmm. And what kind of questions were you getting from the
questions about the data. Also how to use it as well. Specifically, one person was writing a JavaScript application, and I knew a little bit about how Esri's API works, because I've been writing applications as well, so gave him a little bit of tutorials on how to use that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you feel like everybody who wanted this data, they got what they needed, and they're off to the races here. We'll see what they pull together.
We'll see what they pull together. It'll be interesting to see. I can't wait.
Cool. All right. And Jimbo.
Howdy.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
So, man, you put a few hours into this thing, getting this together. And how do you feel, how's it turning out for you? What do you think?
Well, I think it was a great turnout. I think what's really been fun is all the variety of people that are here. We had one at 14 all the way on up. And I think it's really neat that it's open to a lot of people. And it's been a good thing for our staff, too, because quite frankly, all I did is cheer. We had a bunch of our own staff that put this thing together, put the real hours in.
And I noticed the first night you were really making the rounds out here and talking with different groups of developers and stuff. You just kind of giving them ideas of how to move forward, or what were those conversations like?
Yeah, a lot of them knew a great deal about their particular systems and knew a little bit about the data and wanted to know a little bit more behind, well, what is this data set, or what does this mean, or how does this application used in the city? And those were things I can help them with. So, yeah, that was just fun. And plus, I like to see who's here and where they came from, and who knows, some days down the road we may have them as a programmer.
There you go. Yeah, good. So do a little recruiting here,
yeah.
A little early review. Nice, I like it. All right. And then to Jim's right here, I have Assistant City Manager Sandy Seader. Sandy, is this the most fun you've had in your job since you started?
Wow. So that's really a hard question to answer because, the city, we put on so many awesome events. So I've put on education summits with 1,000 people and, been part of Rhythm on the River and Cinco de Mayo. What's so interesting about this specific event is the focus on the technology. So normally we're usually having like large rock bands and, giveaways and things like that. This is a much quieter, much calmer type of event, and that's very interesting and very peaceful for me, kind of zen, I would say. And what's been really fun is the different folks that have then taken a part of planning this event that we normally get with some of the larger community events that we help to plan. So it's been really neat to see the ETS staff pull together and do exactly what you've been talking about, really pull these data sets together and really start to mentoring some of these folks that are in the room. And I've just been listening to the conversations. I'm just blown away at the talent, not only on our own team, but also the talent that's in the room today.
Yeah, so you're really happy with the way this turned out. And how things came together.
Yes, I just think it's fabulous.
The coordination of this was not insignificant.
Yes, that's very, very true. But, in a lot of ways, what I know that I certainly was telling Susan for sure, that this is no different than a 600-person event. There's food, and there's registration, and there's a schedule, and there's things to be kept on, and it doesn't really matter, how large the event is. The coordination is the same as we do for other things. It's just the focus that's been different. So it's been, but yes, I think it's been really fun, I would say.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And Katie, you've been here, I think, every day I've seen you
Actually,
roaming
yesterday I was not here. I wanted to be here, but I was had other responsibilities. So.
Wow, but I've seen you here a lot. So you're enjoying this event, are you?
I love this event.
So what have you liked so far about what you've seen going on around here?
What I like is that I can come up with ideas, and then other people can figure out how to do it. That's what I like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to speak with any developers about what they're building and that sort of
Yes, but not so much today. I had lots of discussions with folks on Friday, and figuring out what would be the most useful thing, and I'm really excited by several of the project ideas. I'll have to wait for the actual pitches at 3 to find out if they've expanded, contracted, shifted any of the ideas that they were thinking about previously.
thing? Yeah, I was watching you on Friday night. It looked like maybe you were, pushing for a couple of different things to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think they're all great. I think whatever comes out is going to be awesome. So it's a win-win-win all the way around. So
Cool.
yeah,
Well, we really appreciate you being here and supporting this too. This is
I think
fantastic.
this is very much what Longmont is. We are technologically savvy, and so I think it's important for us to be more involved in things like this that reach out to people who traditionally wouldn't show up to other events. This is a different way that people can be part of our community.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, you guys, it's been great sitting here with you, chatting with you. And Peyton, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back over to you. Super. All right.
Stay with us as we take a break. Continued coverage of the Longmont Hackathon will resume shortly.